Hey guys, so in this video we will try to understand what is population and sample in stats and why is it so important to understand these two concepts. So let's take an example. So let's say you went to a market to buy beans. So there you found that there's a big jar in which lot of beans are placed, right? A large quantity of beans are there, right? But you wanted to buy a half kg of beans, right? So you don't directly buy those beans. Firstly, you put your hand in those beans, took out the handful of beans, and try to analyze the quality of those beans, right? Whether it is of good quality and whether it is of poor quality, right? So if it is of good quality, you buy those beans. And if it is of poor quality, you try to go to a different shop or in a different market, right? To buy the beans, right? So this is basically this entire jar that contained all the beans. So this entire beans, that the large quantity of beans that the jar had, so it was population. And the handful of beans that you took out from those jar was sample. Why I'm saying that? Because in population, although there was large number of beans, you won't be able to see all the beans, right? We were only able to see those handful of beans, and by taking out those handful of beans we were able to analyze that all the beans present in that jar are of poor quality or of good quality, right? So that is the importance of sample. Now there are various use cases where population has a heavy weight, and there are some use cases in the real world where sample plays a heavy weight. Yeah, that is the importance of sample is more, right? So let's take another example. So let's say that recently we had this elections, right? So a lot of people went to cast their vote. So this number of people who went to cast their vote is a population. While, let's say, the media wanted to understand the voting intentions of the people. So, do you think that the media will go to the entire number of people who casted their vote? No, they will go to a different, like, small number of peoples in every state, and they will try to understand the voting intentions, right? Instead of going to all the people who casted their votes in different states, right? So that is not possible actually, because the people who are casting their votes is large, right? So what they can do is they can go to a particular area, they can ask few peoples and try to understand the voting intentions in that particular area, right? So this is an example. Now let's take another example. When you, let's say you caught a typhoid or jaundice and the doctor asks you to have a blood test, right? So does that nurse takes your entire blood from the body, or just she takes a small quantity of blood from your body to analyze and test those blood for a bacteria or for typhoid or for jaundice, anything, right? So she doesn't takes out the entire blood, right? She just takes out the small sample. So why is it important? See, in this example, sample is coming into picture and sample is important, right? So this is where population and sample plays a role. So population, if you're trying to analyze a population, although it will give you more accurate results, but it is not possible, right? Because it will take consume a lot of time, efficiency, and money also, right? To go to different states, talk to different, like, every people and ask their intentions, right? So it will cost you a lot of time and efficiency, right? But to understand a particular people in every state, it will consume you less time, right? It will provide you not that accurate information that a particular understanding the entire population, but it will give you some sort of information that will be very close to the information that you would have got, the results that you would have got through analyzing the entire population, right? So this is the concept of population and sample and stats, right?